Hello, poker players, and congratulations on reaching the end of our training. We thought that at this point you might like to see the results of peer review, the impact that your thoughtful feedback can have on an instructor's course. We've been spending quite a bit of time in Ed Beyer's computer applications course, and so first, let's meet the person behind the Bitmoji.
I'm Ed Beyer, and I have a passion for online education. I did my doctorate in examining community college online students, and if you've gone through that journey, you know that once you're done with a doctorate, you don't have much passion anymore. So it was a concern for a while, and then I submitted my course to OEI for review. And granted, that was a humbling experience. But one I will treasure forever because it has reignited my passion for online education and helping other faculty get there. So I'm really excited about what's happening, and it's not stopping, it's snowballing.
As many of you have noted, Ed is a dedicated instructor who really values creating a welcoming environment for his students. He uses technology in creative ways and clearly delights in teaching online. As we all know, though, that doesn't mean there isn't room for improvement.
I've been involved in online education since 1997 at two different community colleges. And so I thought I had a pretty good course. And so I submitted that course and was rudely woken. And once I got over that little ego bruise, I started really looking at the feedback, and it was just like, wow, this makes sense.
After receiving his completed rubric, Ed met with the lead course reviewer and instructional designer for this course to develop a plan. The top priorities became Section A and Section C. In the rest of this video, we are going to highlight a few of the changes that Ed made as a result of the review and design process, starting with Section A. Reviewers noted that the important resources on the homepage might be better placed in an orientation module so that they are adequately emphasized and easier to work through. This would also help students more easily determine how to navigate the course.
I mean, I had all the elements that were there, but I was taking the approach of just, I'm going to put everything on this one page that the student needs, and they have no excuse. It's right there. Well, what I was presuming is that the student would know which resource to access at which time in order to succeed. And that's like playing one of those old text adventure games. That's not how it works. And so OEI helped me focus that, create this path, and put aside the noise of technology so that the student can focus on the material at hand. That's the trick.
Instead of presenting each week's content on a new homepage, Ed moved the content to module opening pages, where he can showcase his introductory videos and present unit-level objectives. His homepage now provides a quick, friendly greeting and links to relevant modules and resources, as well as providing contact info at the bottom. He also gives students clear starting instructions. Ed also created an orientation module, including syllabus pages. When students click on syllabus from the course menu, they find an overview of his approach and a link to the module. We think you'll agree that the orientation module he's created is pretty fabulous and uniquely Ed, as you can see in his orientation video.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Ed Beyer, and I want to welcome you to my computer course here at Antelope Valley College.
And look at what Ed does at the end of his course tour.
One last item. I would like to introduce you to my virtual assistant, Dr. B. You will see him throughout the course as he introduces each chapter and demonstrates how to do some things.
Hello, Dr. Beyer. It's good to see you again. I see we have a fresh group of students who look like they're ready to get started.
Hi, Dr. B. Yes, this looks like a great group. I was just telling them how you...
Thanks, Dr. B. Ed realized that he had clear modules, but he wasn't making the most of them because they were only used to house assignments. Instead of placing the instructional content for each week on the home page, Ed moved this content into pages to take full advantage of Canvas modules. Modules now have opening and closing pages.
And I've received several comments in this most recent survey about how they appreciated the way the modules were set up because it was easy to just get my way through and see what needed to be done. That's perfect. That's exactly what we're trying to do with the next button.
He paid careful attention to page length and created content pages showcasing videos and other content. He ended up designing some new content as well, like these flashcards. To reduce the labor intensity of learning, Ed redesigned the TIA assignments so that reading assignments are no longer presented using the Assignments tool. Instead, reading assignments are discussed on content pages, reducing student confusion. Closing pages have been added to each module to congratulate students on reaching the end and offer additional resources. As many of you noted, Ed's discussions were already delightful. He crafted interesting prompts and designed these assignments to be welcoming and interactive. To make guidelines and grading clearer for students, Ed redesigned his discussion rubrics from PDFs to Canvas rubrics. After converting reading assignments to content pages, Ed turned his attention to the assessments in his course. He expanded instructions, including adding how-to videos, and he added rubrics as well. To aid students in self-assessment, Ed added flashcards and quick checks with friendly, no-pressure instructions. We hope this tour of Ed's new course drives home the importance and impact of peer review and instructional design support. The changes Ed implemented had a huge impact on his students, too. We'll let him tell you about it.
This last class I taught was the first time I've taught it, and no one has failed. I did have one student get a D, and I have not changed the content. Other than dressing it up, I have not changed the rigor of the course. There was a response to one of my surveys on the question of how I could make them feel welcome, and it says, I personally felt very welcomed entering this course, even more welcome than in a few normal classroom settings I've experienced. That's powerful. That's powerful. So this online environment, well, it's a passion. So making it happen, that's what it's all about.
Thanks for your commitment to providing constructive, collegial feedback through peer review. This is important work we are doing, and we hope Ed's example illustrates the power of POCR.